Hello, everyone, and welcome back to our channel. Narcissists are notoriously complex and manipulative individuals whose primary goal is to maintain control and power over those around them. Understanding why narcissists do not want their victims to heal involves delving into their psychological makeup, the impact of their behavior on others, and the strategies they employ to sustain their dominance. This exploration will provide a thorough examination of how narcissists operate, why they undermine their victims' healing, and how these dynamics can be understood and addressed. At the core of narcissistic behavior is a profound need for control and validation. Narcissists often possess a grandiose sense of their own importance and a deep-seated need for admiration and validation from others. This grandiosity is built on a fragile self-esteem that must be continually bolstered by external sources. To maintain this inflated self-image, narcissists must keep their victims in a state of dependency and dysfunction. If their victims were to heal, grow, and achieve independence, the narcissist's control would be compromised and their own self-image would be threatened. One of the primary reasons narcissists do not want you to heal is their need to perpetuate a sense of superiority and dominance. Narcissists derive their self-worth from feeling superior to others. They accomplish this by undermining their victims' self-esteem and fostering a sense of inferiority. By keeping you in a state of emotional turmoil and dependency, narcissists can continuously reinforce their position of power. They want you to see yourself as less than who you are and to place excessive emphasis on their opinions and validation. This dynamic ensures that you remain emotionally dependent on them, thereby reinforcing their control over you. Narcissists often target individuals who lack clear personal boundaries, a trait that is frequently rooted in their upbringing. Many victims of narcissistic abuse have histories of not being allowed to establish boundaries or assert their own needs. This lack of boundary setting in childhood can manifest in adulthood as a difficulty in asserting oneself or recognizing one's own worth. Narcissists exploit these vulnerabilities by dismissing your needs and desires, making you feel as though your feelings are invalid or unimportant. This exploitation is a deliberate tactic to maintain control and to ensure that you remain dependent on their validation. The role of validation in narcissistic relationships is another crucial aspect. Narcissists seek to control your sense of self-worth by manipulating your need for validation. If you were not validated as a child, you may have an ingrained need for external approval. Narcissists are adept at exploiting this need by providing intermittent validation, sometimes rewarding you with praise or attention, and other times withdrawing it entirely. This unpredictable validation creates a psychological dependency, making you continually seek their approval and remain emotionally tied to them. Narcissists are often covert in their methods of control, employing subtle tactics to keep their victims in check. One such tactic is the use of intermittent reinforcement, where rewards are given at unpredictable intervals. This technique is highly effective in maintaining a cycle of dependence. When you react to their provocations or fail to set boundaries, they may offer a temporary reduction in abuse or show fleeting affection. This creates a psychological association between your reactions and their approval, reinforcing the cycle of dependency. Moreover, narcissists are skilled at using projection to maintain their control. When they are confronted with their own negative traits or behaviors, they project these onto their victims. For example, if a narcissist is manipulative, they might accuse you of being manipulative. This projection serves to deflect attention from their own flaws and keep you focused on your perceived shortcomings. As you work on healing and developing emotional strength, you challenge their projections and force them to confront their own issues. This is why narcissists resist your healing. They cannot tolerate having their own shortcomings reflected back at them. The impact of narcissistic abuse on your emotional well-being is profound. Narcissists create an environment where you are constantly questioning your reality and self-worth. They employ gaslighting, a tactic designed to make you doubt your perceptions and experiences. This psychological manipulation leaves you feeling confused, anxious, and disconnected from your own sense of reality. As you begin to heal and regain clarity, you challenge their narrative and undermine their control. This is a direct threat to their power, which is why they will employ various tactics to keep you in a state of confusion and emotional distress. Narcissists also employ classical conditioning techniques to keep you compliant. By repeatedly pairing certain stimuli with specific responses, they condition you to react in ways that maintain their control. For example, they might create a pattern where every time you assert yourself or set a boundary, they react with hostility or withdrawal. This conditions you to avoid assertiveness and to stay compliant with their demands. The result is a conditioned response, where you become increasingly fearful of setting boundaries or speaking up, reinforcing your dependence on their approval. The psychological impact of these manipulative tactics can be long-lasting. Narcissists often create a hypnotic state where their victims are entrapped in a cycle of seeking validation and fearing rejection. This state can be so powerful that it may take years or even decades to break free. The combination of gaslighting, intermittent reinforcement, and classical conditioning creates a deeply ingrained psychological pattern that is challenging to overcome. Healing from such abuse requires significant effort and support, as well as a thorough understanding of the dynamics at play. In summary, narcissists do not want you to heal because your healing threatens their control and self-image. They rely on maintaining a position of superiority and dominance, which is achieved through undermining your self-esteem, exploiting your vulnerabilities, and employing manipulative tactics. By keeping you stuck in a state of emotional distress and dependency, narcissists can continue to exert control and protect their fragile self-image. Understanding these dynamics is crucial for anyone dealing with a narcissistic individual, as it provides insight into their behavior and offers a path to reclaiming your autonomy and well-being. As you embark on the journey of healing from narcissistic abuse, it is essential to recognize the tactics used by narcissists and to develop strategies for breaking free from their influence. Establishing clear boundaries, seeking validation from within rather than from external sources, and working with a mental health professional can all be vital components of this process. By understanding why narcissists resist your healing, you can better navigate the challenges and move towards a healthier and more empowered future.